Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Hello, and welcome back to IELTS Vocab Trainer. The lesson today will be on music. Music. First off, in this lesson, we will look at types of music and then follow that up by examining vocabulary for different musical instruments. I will help you with the pronunciation of each of the words as well. So, how many different music genres are there? What does genre mean? Genre means types or kinds of music. You can also have movie genres and book genres. How many music genres can you think of right now? Can you think of 10? I will show you a list of music genres to give you some help. However, I will only show it for 5 seconds. Here we go. So now I will give you 20 seconds to write down 10 types of music. Do you have a piece of paper and a pen ready? Okay? Ready, set, go! Time's up! How many words did you write down? Now, let's go through the everyday vocabulary for types of music. We have reggae, hip-hop, folk, opera, rap, R&B, jazz, dance, world music, electronic music, instrumental music, metal, rock, Latino, disco, alternative, blues, pop, classical, and new age. Now, I want to go through the ones that have some tricky pronunciation. The first one is reggae. Again, reggae. Do you know what reggae is and where it comes from? Next, folk, hip-hop, opera, world, electronic, instrumental, jazz, and blues. So, which of these styles do you like the most? Or dislike? Or never even heard of? Let's move on to looking at some vocabulary for different musical instruments. I will show you a picture and it's up to you to say what the instrument is. Are you ready? This one is drums. Drums. And here is a guitar. Specifically, an electric guitar. On an electric guitar, people can play lead. Lead guitar is a guitar part where people play melody lines and guitar solos, while rhythm guitar provides all the rhythmic support in a song. Let's say lead. Lead. Melody, melody, and rhythm, rhythm. What about this guitar? It's an acoustic guitar. Acoustic guitar. This instrument is a synthesizer. Synthesizer, or a synth for short. And this is something that singers or vocalists use to project their voice. Yes, it's a microphone. Again, let's say microphone. Great. Now, moving on to piano. Piano. Violin. Violin. The next one looks like a violin, doesn't it? But it's larger than a violin. What do you think it is? It's even bigger than a cello. It's a difficult one, right? It's a double bass. Double bass. This instrument has a very deep sound. Now, here is a flute. Flute. A trumpet. Trumpet. And finally, we have a Saxophone. Saxophone. Let's try a quick exercise, a test, to check your comprehension. I will show you a close-up image of an instrument, and first you need to guess the instrument, and then after that try to name 2 music styles associated with that instrument. Of course, there might be more than 2 music styles, and afterwards I will give you just 2 examples. Here is the first picture. I will give you a few seconds to think about it. Can you remember? This is a double bass. In which types of music might you hear a double bass? 2 examples are classical and jazz. Let's say jazz again. Jazz. Okay, so what about this one? You should have said electric guitar, right? And the 2 styles I have here are rock and metal. This one is a flute, and 2 styles are new age and folk. And the final picture, what do you think this is? Synth or synthesizer. In which types of music might you hear synthesizers? Try pop and disco. Here is a list of some common vocabulary related to music in general. You can see the word and its meaning. Let's say the first one together. Composer. Composer. A composer is someone who writes music, particularly as a professional. Orchestra. Orchestra. This is a large group of musicians playing a lot of different classical instruments. Conductor. Conductor. This is the person who leads and directs an orchestra. Solo artists. Solo artists. Solo artists are musicians who aren't in a group and perform individually. And singer-songwriter. People who write and perform their own songs. Here is another set of words related to music. Here we have group. Vocalist. Let's say this one again. Vocalist. Live. Have you ever seen a band live? If you see a band live, you will see them performing usually on a stage. Stage. Number 1, as in number 1 song or album. Fans. Fans. Concert. Concert. Have you ever been to a big concert event? Lyrics. Lyrics. Or the words in a song. Top 10, as in a top 10 song or album. And lastly, a recording studio, where songs and albums are recorded. So, with all these words that we studied today, how about we put some of them into context by giving a part 2 speaking question for someone to answer. Here is our special guest today. I will give you a topic and I would like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you speak, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make notes if you wish. I'd like you to talk about a music event you enjoyed. Here is the cue card. Describe a musical event you enjoyed. You should say what the event was, where it took place, what kind of music was played, and you should explain why you enjoyed it. Alright, so good work. You've improved your vocabulary and pronunciation on the topic of music, and now we have reached the end of this lesson of IELTS Vocab Trainer. Thank you, and stay tuned for the next lesson. Bye!